Alex never thought he'd own a house, let alone one with so much character. The old Victorian stood on a quiet, tree-lined street, a relic from a forgotten era. It was perfect, except for the scratching. It started on the first night, a faint rhythmic sound from below. It seemed to come from the basement, from behind a heavy oak door secured with a deadbolt he didn't have a key for. The real estate agent had brushed it off, probably just rats settling in. An old house has its quirks, but this felt different. The scratching was insistent, almost desperate, a chilling lullaby that kept him awake long after the sun went down. Days turned into a week and the sound grew more distinct. It wasn't the frantic scuttling of rodents. It was methodical. Scratch, pause. Scratch. It gnawed at his sanity, an unanswered question echoing from the depths of his new home. He tried everything to ignore it. Louder music, earplugs, white noise machines. But the sound permeated everything, a low hum of dread vibrating through the floorboards. Curiosity warred with fear, and finally, curiosity won. He rummaged through a dusty box of old fixtures left by the previous owners, his fingers closing around a single rust-pitted key. It looked ancient, a skeletal piece of iron that felt cold and heavy in his palm. With a deep breath, he approached the basement door. The key turned with a groan of protest, and the lock clicked open. A wave of musty, cold air washed over him, carrying the scent of damp earth and decay. He flicked a switch, but the single bulb at the top of the stairs flickered and died, plunging the descent into near-total darkness. Using his phone's flashlight, Alex cautiously made his way down the creaking wooden steps. The beam cut a nervous path through a cavern of shadows, revealing cobweb-draped furniture and forgotten junk. The scratching was louder here, closer. It guided him past a collapsed shelving unit, a heap of splintered wood and broken jars. The sound was coming from behind it. His heart hammered against his ribs as he pulled away the debris. There, set into the stone foundation, was a small iron-banded door, no bigger than a cabinet. It was sealed shut, but the scratching from within was frantic now, a frenzied clawing that sent shivers down his spine. With trembling hands, he found the latch and pulled. The door swung inward with a low moan. He aimed his light inside, expecting a rabid animal, a monster from his darkest nightmares. Instead, he saw a person. A gaunt, hollow-eyed man, his clothes in tatters, was huddled in the cramped space. He wasn't scratching to get out. He was scratching something into the stone wall. The man flinched from the light, his eyes wide with a terror that went beyond his confinement. He slowly raised a trembling skeletal finger, not towards Alex, but towards the message he'd been carving. Alex leaned in, his light illuminating the crude letters. "It's in the walls." A sudden deafening slam echoed from behind him. He spun around. The basement door at the top of the stairs was shut. The heavy deadbolt clicked into place with terrifying finality. He was trapped. The man in the crawl space didn't look at him, but at the ceiling, his face a mask of pure horror. The scratching hadn't stopped. It was all around them now, moving within the very foundation of the house. Alex finally understood. The monster was never locked in the basement. The basement was the trap, and it had just been sprung.